Welcome to Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. From pizza to pretzels, food trucks will find themselves more welcome now in Sarasota. Plus, we recognize women who did win big this week.
I'm Stephanie Gillard, producing artistic director at American Stage Theater, and we can all use a laugh about politics this week. We're looking at a classic comedy with a modern twist.
I'm Beth. There's nothing better than turning a hobby or talent into a business. And today we'll get the undercover buzz on artists turned entrepreneurs.
And I'm Linda Carson. It's hard to find things I've never done before at my age, but this show keeps doing it. And today we're going to learn to lawn bowl to get ready for a major sports event that's coming to the Suncoast. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show and welcome back to Stephanie Gillard. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be back. I came for the lawn bowling.
Yeah.
There you go. I thought it was
about
for
the
the
play.
drinks.
Well, and the drinks.
Well, and you know what? Speaking of those, crack one off because it's almost 5 o'clock, right? We're within an hour or so.
What is it?
It is a beer, and it is a J-Dubs beer. Yours is a milk chocolate porter.
Why does mine say cow on it?
It's their marketing, not mine. But we're going to raise a beer and give a cheers to our veterans. We're just throwing the beer. Now be careful
already
opening
had a
that.
couple of
It's going to be foamy. But we're making a cheer for our veterans, and we're
open
going to say happy birthday to the Marines.
Oh, my husband was a Marine.
I thought so.
He said, once a Marine, always a Marine. My husband was in the Marines.
Exactly.
I
So
don't think you should open that over your attire.
because it was rolling on the table. But also this beer
Here we
is
go.
from J-Dubs in Sarasota, and they are offering a free beer to anyone who donates to the Florida Veterans Foundation of $5. All you have to do is make the donation and bring in your receipt to J-Dubs, and you will get a free beer, and it's hard to get those these days, so that's exciting. Plus, on Veterans Day Friday, $1 of every beer sale will go to the foundation, and that is called Toast the Heroes. So
really good.
a big thanks to J-Dubs. I know, Linda, you said
Nice.
Don was a Marine and a veteran. My dad
Bud.
was a veteran. Bud, sorry.
Don was my first husband, Stephanie.
I don't know how that happened.
Conversation just went really downhill.
Oh,
That is really oddly subconscious. I'll have to ponder why that happened. So Stephanie's toasting, I see.
Yes, let's all toast.
All right.
Great. Mine
To our
says
vets.
pairs well with your homies, so this seems totally.
We shall be your homies. Cheers to everyone. All right, it is time to see who is in the kitchen today, and we welcome back Chef Mark Mulholland from Fleming's Prime Steakhouse. What
Thank
are we
you.
making
Glad to be
today?
here. Glad to be here. But today we'll be preparing lobster bisque.
Lobster bisque. All right, that sounds good. And I also see you have some plates out that look like we're getting ready for Thanksgiving at Fleming's.
Yes. Also, we have everything featured on our menu here for our Thanksgiving menu coming up.
All right, it's hard to believe that's only a couple of weeks away. A good opportunity to celebrate Thanksgiving
I want to
at
say
Fleming's.
thank you to them also because they gave us roses.
I know.
It made me feel so special.
Roses on the table, ladies, from
Yes.
Fleming's.
Yes,
so
thank you.
that is very nice.
We share.
Thank you. You can share. You can share. Can I have that side?
Yeah, exactly. Pick the pretty side. So lots of fun. So thank you to Fleming's for that, and we look forward to making lobster bisque with you. We also want to tell you about the word of the day, a really cool contest. You're going to want to watch the 6 o'clock news every evening for the Walt Disney World Resorts Vacation Giveaway. You watch for the word of the day. You go to our website, mysuncoast.com. Plug in the word of the day, and there will be lots of prizes. A $100 gift card every day to the mall at University Town Center for some shopping. And then, of course, the grand prize, 5 days, 4 nights at Walt Disney World Resorts, plus theme park tickets. So a wonderful, wonderful contest and prize for everybody to
I'd
smile.
love to win that.
Yeah.
I
The
don't think
shopping
you're
and the
eligible,
trip.
so you'll have to get your neighbor to do it. Maybe you'll get to go. Before we get started on Hot Topics, I wanted to talk about how, Beth, you did such a wonderful thing opening up with your honesty yesterday when we were talking about the election. And we've had a lot of feedback on that. So we're going to talk about that coming up a little later in the show. I won't put you on the hot seat just yet, but your openness, I think, is certainly appreciated by
Opening
everybody.
up that womb again, are you?
Yeah, going right back
They
there.
always say, just be yourself. when you're on television. Just be yourself, and then sometimes when you be yourself, you get
Then
in
you're like,
trouble.
oh man.
We tend to get in trouble with that occasionally, but that's
Maybe
all
I
right.
should have a filter, but I never learned that.
We are
I'm gonna
who we
try.
are. So, and you'll like this story too, because I know this is what Bo Beth worked on yesterday. It is time for our first hot topic, and there is good news for food truck fans in Sarasota County. You will soon see more of them around the area. The county commission voted to loosen restrictions on food trucks. Truck owners will now be able to obtain a temporary use permit to allow them to operate on private property with the owner's consent. There's also now no restriction in parking a food truck near an existing restaurant. They just have to be 150 feet away from residences. We have asked and asked for this, and Bo Beth, let me ask you.
Finally got it.
Yeah, how do you think it finally got loosened up?
Well, they've been working on this for several years, so I think it just got to a point where people realized, or the commission realized, that this is a trend, and this stigma that used to be associated with food trucks and kind of roach, what they used to call them, like the roach motel kind of things?
Coaches.
Roach coaches, yeah.
That stigma is no longer there, so you actually can get really nice food that is mobile.
And I don't think they're really competitive with the restaurants, because
No.
if you want to go in and sit down and have a nice meal, you don't want to stand on the sidewalk and have a hot dog in your hand. So
No, I
they're
agree.
different things.
And we
Yeah.
talk about trying to compete, and also, our foodie status is becoming well known. Steph, I know up in St. Pete, food trucks are a big
Yes.
deal.
Yeah, and American Stage performs right across from Williams Park, which is a great gathering place. Often the Saturday morning markets
Yeah.
are there, and the food trucks really just create such a sense of community too. People out, especially when you have several gathered together. And it's an interesting trend, coming from the West Coast. When I left California a couple of years ago, this was in the Sacramento area. It was a similar to where
Yeah,
Sarasota
there's
is
a
at
whole
now.
area that,
just starting to lift ordinances, and there was a real push for it. So it's an interesting national trend, I think.
No, I agree, and I think it's great because people did want it and ask for it, and it sounds like the commission listened. So
They did.
That's
and
great.
I spoke to a food truck owner yesterday, and she said this is like winning the lottery. She said,
good for them.
literally, she was like, this is just the most amazing thing ever. So they're excited.
Good. Well, we're happy to have them, and more the better for food. Well, the highest and toughest glass ceiling in the country remains unshattered by women with the presidential election. But there were many female victories to celebrate in this year's election, and we don't want to overlook them. The U.S. Senate will welcome 4 new female members, 2 of whom are biracial, including the first Thai-born senator you see there and the first Latina senator. 8 female challengers were elected to the House. The first Somali American legislator was elected to the Minnesota House, and the first woman was elected as a sheriff in Texas. So congrats to all these women who continue to close the governing gender gap. And it bothered me that we didn't hear more about that with everything else going on.
Just kind of overshadowed.
Exactly, that women made a lot of strides in elected office
Of course,
this election
we
year.
already have police chiefs here who are women in Bradenton and Sarasota, so we're sort of ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and I liked the Somali tie-in, and it doesn't matter necessarily where you've come from. It matters what you're doing now, and people recognize that. So,
And hopefully there's a normalizing that's starting to happen of, we're still wanting to talk about it. It is still important, but I think that over time this just becomes what we expect.
Yes.
And hopefully that's where we're headed. Hopefully that's where this election, one of the positives that will have come out of this, is just the normalizing of seeing a woman running and seeing a woman run for a high office.
and in office.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, after President Obama was elected, Americans flocked to gun stores with a concern that their right to bear arms would be compromised. This time around, women are urging each other to invest in an IUD to protect their reproductive rights. President-elect Trump says he wants to overturn the Affordable Care Act. That requires insurers to provide birth control pills for women at no cost. IUDs are long-term birth control that can last 3 to 12 years. Trump also campaigned for president on an anti-abortion platform, and his vice president has an extreme stance on abortion. So it's a little unclear as of now to what extent a Trump presidency could limit women's reproductive rights, but many seem to be encouraging each other that it is better to be safe right now than sorry and plan ahead. Thought that was interesting this morning. A lot of talk on talk radio. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's important to always plan ahead. I think it's just unfortunate that this is where this has become.
In the bedroom.
That government is so involved in a person's intimacy to that level. And I guess I would just say, I would hope that states, and I think that's how it is, I think most states have make their own laws when it comes to these things. So not necessarily on a federal level, but the states. So I hope the states have officials that are in place that would think of the entire community, not just one segment.
However, as a mother and grandmother, it's always better to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely. As the mother of a teenager.
For the president, do it for yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
She is anti-pregnancy.
Well, and you know, that leads into what we're going to talk about next, is that at different times in your life, you're looking at it differently.
That's true.
But, and I honestly did not realize, because I'm probably more than you all want to know, not purchasing birth control at this point in my life, that birth control and free birth control was such a big part of the Affordable Care Act. Because
But you're going to have a baby.
when it was important to me, I had to pay a lot of money to stay on the birth control pill.
see,
So the fact that they don't now is wonderful.
But I think this is so contradictory, because if you have unwanted pregnancies, especially in certain demographics, then you have more people on social services.
Absolutely.
So it would be advantageous to promote safe sex and promote
Birth control.
contraceptives and things like that, because then on the back end, you're going to pay for it anyway.
Oh, no disagreement here.
So which one do you want to do? You want to pay for those who aren't able to afford their children, or you want to help them prevent from having
and
unnecessary
it gives the
children?
girl such a better chance at life when she has her children, when she's more established and settled and she can afford it.
And hopefully, if it isn't part of the Affordable Care Act, then it will continue to be part of programs like, county health departments and
I
Planned
know, they're
Parenthood.
expensive.
No.
$50 a month.
That
for one thing.
at the county?
There are many good
No,
things
just
about
you.
getting
Just-
older.
Right. Linda.
I don't worry about that anymore.
But you have children and grandchildren,
Yes,
and just
I
like
do.
me, being a mother is a different worry, that's for sure. Well, this is sort of a disturbing reproductive trend. The number of people in the U.S. with STDs has recently hit an unprecedented high. There were increases in all nationally reported STDs for the second year in a row. Young people between the ages of 15 and 24 accounted for the largest number of infections. Experts say only 22 states mandate both sex ed and HIV education, and the classes focus largely on preventing pregnancy, not disease. And this will be interesting to you ladies. This generation now too young to remember the emergence and spread of HIV, and now they believe that if you get it, it's treatable.
Wow.
Took me a
Well,
while
to
to figure
some
out STD, sexually transmitted disease.
Correct.
Oh, it's going over and over in my head.
That's such an interesting study, because recently I thought that one of the things that we're finding with millennials is that they're actually less sexually active.
Right.
So it's interesting to a juxtaposition that there's an increase in disease.
I think they're not as intelligent about it when they
They're-
are,
When
is
they are.
what I'm understanding.
Well, I think it goes back to the same thing, better safe than sorry, and contraceptives are always important, regardless of whatever your age is, because there are diseases out there, and you don't want to be the person that has it.
And I can tell you, as the mother of teens, they are not teaching a lot of in the schools.
But isn't that the
I
parents'
thought they were.
responsibility?
Oh,
Why don't you do
trust
it?
me, I am doing it. But I mean, when it comes to the only 22 states are mandated to do it, that doesn't surprise me. And I don't believe Florida is mandated to do much of anything, because in the public school system, they are talking very little about this. So the parents have to do it, or
And
the
if-
kids get themselves in trouble.
Yeah, and if that parent isn't there, then what do you?
Yeah, well, that's why those numbers are
That's
up.
when the
so.
government gets involved.
And now we see the circle, that's for sure. All right, fellow clean freaks, keeping a house neat while raising a family, nearly an impossible task. So a teen in Ohio says his mom has closed the living room to family traffic until Thanksgiving. Boy, I'd love to do this. She posted a sign with zebra duct tape that says, "This room has been cleaned for the holidays and is closed until Thanksgiving." Here's my favorite part. Permission will be granted to enter if you have showered, you are dirt and odor free from top to toe, and you are wearing freshly laundered clothing. I will put my money on that mom has teenage boys, because they're rarely showered, their clothes are rarely clean, and there's always dirt present.
You know, why are we? I don't know though. There's something. Can we just relax and just, it's all part of that anxiety around the holidays.
Do you
And
have kids?
I have a grown. I live alone now, but I do know. But I don't know. This is like all part of that lead up to we have to worry and everything has to be just
perfect.
That's
right.
for the family.
It's
that's
my
coming.
daily
families.
struggle. You know, you go through the effort of making it nice, but you want your kids to be relaxed and be fun and run around your house,
just feel
and then
bad.
I freak out.
Yeah.
I just feel bad that the kids smell that bad. There has to be a sign.
got
written.
4 boys,
Like,
Bobeth.
that's what I feel bad. Someone give him some deodorant.
Well, you
Please.
know, Linda, yours are walking
Teenage
around
boys.
eating would be my guess.
I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old living with me with my daughter and her husband, and their toys everywhere, everywhere. I sit down and I'm sitting on a toy. I get in bed, there are toys in there. And the minute I come home, they say, what did you bring us to eat? Like they're starving. So there's food, popsicle sticks.
And do you have a
everywhere.
safe room that there is blocked off from?
Sort of the bathroom. It's the only place
The bathroom is
Is that where you're
safe
having
room.
your Thanksgiving?
Come out, grandmommy, come out.
You know, that's funny because growing up, like, there were rooms we couldn't go in.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why I'm
The
thinking.
living room was one. They had white carpet in there.
Yes.
We couldn't get in there at all.
I have a white couch, and you are not allowed to enter that room, and certainly not allowed to sit on the couch unless you have just showered.
This is just a little bit more sane version of the plastic wrapping all the furniture, right?
I think
Yeah.
that's
I thought about that.
That was a good idea,
I
wasn't it?
sell that. I had grandparents that did that. All right, coming up, Stephanie's going to give us a look at American Stage's latest show. That's after our happy hour forecast.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan this afternoon, and we're looking at a beautiful day. We actually had a cold front that came by this afternoon and switched our winds coming down from the north and northeast, but really nothing to talk about here on the radar. Everything looking very quiet at this time. As you look even closer, not a speckle of any sort of shower activity at all, and it's going to continue to be this way thanks to high pressure that's going to settle in behind this cold front and really bring us some sunny skies and clear weather for the next several days. So the weekend shaping up to be pretty nice. Currently, it's a beautiful 82 degrees, right basically where we should be. Our average for this time of the year is in the lower 80s. I believe it's 80 degrees for our average high, and 82 is looking very nice. Mostly sunny skies, dew point at 53, and the humidity very nice as well.
What's old is new again, and I'm not talking about myself. At the American Stage Theater in St. Petersburg, they are performing Molière's Tartuffe, a politically charged comedy with a 400-year-old storyline, but this is a brand new interpretation of that classic play and very appropriately timed for right now. Actors Ben Williamson and Kelly Picard are here to tell us all about it. Okay, Tartuffe, what's it about?
Well, the story is about a family, first off, that is living in a very luxurious lifestyle, I would say. And the patriarch of the family, Orgon, welcomes in a spiritual advisor who he trusts very much, and the family has some disdain. And the story kind of evolves from, you know, the different classes in the family, how they deal with, you know, this person in the house, and also what happens when that person is given some power.
So this is put in a modern setting.
It is, yeah. It's set, you know, Jared Fox designed the set, which was absolutely beautiful. It kind of looks like the back of a very nice home. You
saw
might
the
see.
pool.
You saw the pool. So there's a little pool on stage. And the columns, and it's bright, and there's beautiful lights and everything. So it has this very you know, lavish kind of lifestyle that attaches to the world that we're all playing in.
Does that have something to do with our political climate right now? The very luxurious setting, the very wealthy family. Does it?
How
sort
does
of-
it tie in?
Yeah.
Where are we?
Is that
making the
Trump we're
parallel?
talking about there?
I mean, I think one could infer that. It's interesting when the play came out in 1664. You know, it was a time of, you know, where there was a big gap in the aristocracy and the lower classes. You know, so that's a social climate then is very similar, I think, to what it is now. Certainly, yeah.
Is it still appropriate now that the election is over?
Yes, I think it's changed. I think, you know, the days and weeks leading up to the election, there was sort of this charged, excited energy, you know, as people were coming to the theater. And now that it's over, I think people are still showing up very much ready to laugh, really longing for catharsis, longing to, you know, come together and connect. And I think that the show does a great job of there's something for everybody to connect to.
Stephanie, why did you choose this play?
Why did I choose this play? Well, you know, first of all, I saw a professional production of Tartuffe when I was young. It was one of my first experience is going to the theater, seeing a professional production, and I just loved the theatricality of it, the humor of it. So it's something I've always wanted to do. And the themes of hypocrisy and demagoguery in the play just seemed, even a year ago when I selected it and had no idea.
Oh, you didn't know who would run?
Didn't know who our candidates were going to be, but just at almost any time that seems like an appropriate presidential, election time theme. Had no idea how pointed it would become, but I wanted something fun and funny, but that also had was a conversation creator, which is always what we're looking to do. And this play is so delightful and so engaging because it's farce, and farce is just so fun and fast-paced and witty, and our cast is just exceptional. But it also offers up some interesting satirical bites that really go at both sides.
We're written 400 years ago and fit today.
Which is, I hired playwright Robert Casely to adapt the play for a contemporary, in a contemporary setting, an American setting, and to add the political kind of context lens on it. But the essential kind of DNA, as our director has said, of the Moliere's classic, still resonates. That people kind of get blinders on when they get really excited and kind of frothing at the mouth around someone that they believe in. And it's not about any one perspective, but it's about that human instinct to just kind of my way or the highway, and this is the only way to go, and this person's going to save us, and dismissing that person's flaws, and to an absurd level in this play.
Interesting. And the audiences are catching it?
Yeah, and it says,
Oh, yeah.
we've been here before and we've survived, folks, so we will survive this too. So this is not the first time it's happened. Well, this is very interesting, Tartuffe, and it is at the American Stage. For more information and for tickets, you can go to americanstage.org, and it's going to be on through November 20th. You gotta laugh. We just all need to laugh, and this is a great place to get it. And we'll be right back with Sounds of the Suncoast.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
We know that if we don't do anything, it will be a lot worse in the future than it is today.
As the population continues to grow on the Suncoast, how can we adapt our roads to keep traffic moving? Join us as we look ahead at infrastructure for our Suncoast 2037 series. I'm Alan Cohn. We'll have that story plus our roundtable discussion.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
These are our heroes. They have sacrificed so much to serve our country. And now Granny Nannies is truly honored to serve them. We're here and we're ready to help. Call us today.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
At Granny Nannies, we provide your loved ones with the care they deserve, compassionate and experienced help right where you need it most, at home. Visit us at grannynannies.com.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
And welcome back. What do you get when you mix rock, blues, reggae, and New Orleans soul all together? A Suncoast band called Kettle of Fish, of course, and they're performing on the Suncoast at the Suncoast Food and Wine Festival this Saturday. And they're here with a preview in today's Sounds of the Suncoast. Take it away.
How I reached and how I felt, just the same old story to tell. Lonely her comes when I land. Guess it's all part of being a man. Life is as easy as you said it would be. Stories you told us are meant to deceive. Look in the mirror, I don't like what I see. Just the shadow of a man you wanted me to be. Now I'm stuck inside, got nowhere to go. I've lost my key. Outside there's too much snow, and I can't forget things you said. Can't forget Sunday mornings in bed. You said, go anywhere with you. I go anywhere. Now I'm stuck inside, got nowhere to go. I lost my keys, inside there's too much snow. Can't forget the things you said. Can't forget Sunday mornings in bed when you said, I go anywhere with you. I go anywhere with you.
Love it. And fun name. Who thought of that?
I did. It was I saw a picture of Jack Kerouac up at the Kettle of Fish bar in New York City, and I love Kerouac, so I just thought that was interesting. And then I realized Kettle of Fish means trouble. And so fine kettle of fish we're gotten into.
You
So.
could have named it Kerouac. I mean, if that's who you really liked. You guys are everywhere.
Amazing.
Well, thank you. Well, we love what we do. We stay busy. You know, obviously all the things we're doing this weekend, but yeah, we love it.
What's your style of music?
It depends on where we are that night. That we're blues based, but we're rock and roll, we're soul, we're a little New Orleans funk.
A little of everything for everyone, and that's exactly what you're going to get this weekend at the Sarasota Food and Wine Festival. You get to hear more of Kettle of Fish. Now, this festival is going to be at the Polo Grounds, and if you want to get more information, you visit SarasotaFoodAndWineFest.com. And next, we're going to try our hand at a new sport, lawn bowling. But first, you guys are going to play us another song so we get to jam a little.
Absolutely.
All right.
Get out of the way here so we can see the drummer.
Go for it.
What's the use in talking, girl?
Since 1928, Karastan has been setting the standard in carpets and rugs, producing non-allergenic wools that won't promote the growth of bacteria or dust mites like other carpets will. Karastan wools actively remove contaminants from the indoor air, making your home healthier. And there are many colors and patterns and textures to choose from. Come see for yourself.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Rich finishes, beautiful colors, and over 1,000 different fabrics and leathers to choose from. With Bassett Custom Furniture at Bacon's Furniture and Design, you can design every room to match your own unique style. And every piece is quality handcrafted right here in America. Come in today and we'll guarantee your Bassett Custom Furniture will be shipped before the holidays. With our complimentary design service, start designing, start loving. Only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. Chef Mark from Fleming's Prime Steakhouse is in the kitchen, and I understand you have Thanksgiving plans at Fleming's this year. Tell me about it.
Yes, we do. We're open for the first time this year. We're open from 11 to 8. We will be offering a traditional Thanksgiving menu as well as our full menu. For reservations, you can go to FlemingSteakhouse.com. Make a reservation today.
All right, it sounds like a great way to spend the holiday, and we'll be making lobster bisque with you also on that Thanksgiving menu coming up. Bobeth?
Well, the sport of lawn bowling is popular in Europe, but many of us in the U.S. are still not really familiar with it. Still, right here on the Suncoast, there is a lawn bowling club and dedicated greens right on the bayfront. And Sarasota will be the proud host of the 2016 U.S. Open Championships next week. And here to tell us more is Danielle Jitu and Jimmy Forway. Welcome, both of you. Now, lawn bowling, you know, I've never even heard of it, but this is amazing. You said there's a lot of countries that play this.
Yeah, it's about 55 countries. Actually, lawn bowling has been in the United States, in Sarasota, for 90 years. This is our 90th year on the bayfront.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And Jimmy? Now, you're young, but I heard you are the one to try to beat because you are one of the best players at your age group.
I don't like to brag, but I'll say yes.
Very modest gentleman.
I started this in 6th grade, and when I first started because of my great-grandfather. He played, so I'm following in his footsteps, as my family says, and I just really enjoyed the sport, so each year I just came out and played and played and played until this year I'm playing in the U.S. Open.
Oh, wow.
I'm 13 years old.
That's amazing.
So a couple of years you've been playing.
So tell us how the sport is growing.
Well, it's in the U.S. We're considered a developing country. You know, the demographics are probably closer to 60 than they are to his age. Around the world, though, it's closer to the best players in the world are between 20 and 25 years old or so.
Oh, wow.
And so...
so we're behind, at least.
We are.
For us, at least, we're behind.
But one of the great things is that they're looking to be in the Olympics, and we're hoping that Sarasota will be a hub for the Olympic training grounds for this.
Okay, well, I know the tournament is coming next week, but I wanted you to give us a little bit of demonstration, so maybe we can play in the tournament. Who knows?
Sure.
All right, so tell us, how does it work?
Okay, so these are called bowls, and that's called jack. This is a jack. So the object of it is to get your bowl closest to jack. Only one team scores. Now, all of you have the same bowl. And Jimmy, I think, has already talked to you about the 3 different grips that you can have. So there's one that's called, I don't know if you hold that for a minute. One is more of a Scottish grip, which is more of a claw here.
So you claw it.
Yeah. The other one is an Australian grip, so it's almost like holding a baseball with your fingers right here.
Oh, that's hard. That's heavy.
And then the South African grip is you put all your hands down here and put it on top of here. But the lighter the grip, the easier it is, and you just want to make a nice, easy motion.
And trying to get
closest to the jack. Now,
all right, let's give it a try.
Yeah, the strategy is that if you're close to the jack, the next person may push it away, and so you're always...
Oh, you can bonk each other?
Yes,
okay.
yes. So
all right.
it's like playing chess on the greens.
Okay, so
there you go.
We'll let you do it first. So how do we get the jack down there? Or
Okay.
Jimmy, you show
Jimmy's
us.
going to show us.
All right, Linda,
So
watch step.
you always have to have at least 1 or 2 feet on the mat.
Okay.
You can be like this, but if it's over the mat, I believe you. What is it again? You just.
Yeah, there'll be a
redo it?
foot fault. But all you want to do is just let them show
So
them
the
how
mat
to
is like a line. It's important.
Yeah, it's a mat. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You just roll it. Nice, easy spot. And we center it. And then now you want to try to do is get your bowl. We call them bowls.
Okay.
Closer to.
You want me to hold your script?
Yes, you can. All right.
Okay, here
so
she
get
goes.
my bowl.
Here she goes. There may be a champion in the making.
Look at that.
You bumped it, though.
Yes.
I didn't mean to bump it.
That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, in a real green, you'll have a ditch around it, and
Right.
you could hide the jack in the ditch, and now they can't see it, but now she's still closest to.
Oh,
so
I
what you
see.
want to do is outplay closer
I
than
get it.
hers.
All right, I believe I'm using the South African grip.
Okay,
in case
very
anyone
good.
Wondered. I don't have a competition problem or anything.
Whoa.
Look at you. Look at you.
This is never
The South
going
African
to
grip
last.
works well for me.
I don't know what the grip is.
Gentle, Linda, gentle.
Gentle, gentle, gentle. Gentle's never worked well for me.
Oh, she knocked me off it a little
Yes,
bit.
yes.
Linda, you bumped me away.
Now here's
All right.
your move.
Okay.
You come with a backhand right to here.
In between.
Backhand
Here.
would be.
Steph, do you have a
Knocks it
backhand?
and comes in. Show where the heart. Yeah, you
This-
you
so
switch the
this
bowl
is
over.
backhand. The backhand would be where
the heavier part.
the heavier part is on
Okay.
the left side, and forehand would be opposite.
I want Jimmy
Oh,
on
this
my
is
team.
amazing.
Are you left-handed?
I am, but no.
You like this?
Okay, so the
Yes,
backhand
okay.
would be flipping.
This way. Ah, okay,
way.
yes.
You
okay.
want the
heavy
heavier
side.
side.
Okay, I'm
Are
just
you
really
left-handed?
glad I wore my
So you want to come
Go,
here?
Stephanie, go.
skirt.
Come here.
Right in between.
Right there.
Okay.
You can do this.
I got it.
Step 1 beat Step 2. No, it didn't work out for you.
Good
Oh, it
try.
curved the other way.
The bowls are always turning.
Yeah, that's really interesting. They're
Yeah.
weighted unevenly.
Yeah, actually they're
that.
milled so that it's so one side has a little shoulder to it, and so they're always turning. And each set that you have, one is bigger than the other one. So like I mean each set that you can have wide biases or very narrow biases.
We want another chance.
All right.
Don't pick him up yet. How about Jimmy take a shot and see if he can get the winning one in there? Should we do that?
That's a great idea.
I know. We want to
Show
see
us how
if you
it's
can
done.
do it.
Okay,
All
Jimmy,
right.
show us how it's done.
Use that backhand tricky thing.
All right, here he goes. I'll
And
commentate.
he's off.
Oh,
Heavy.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well, this is his set, and that's a size 5, so he's using a size 0.
A bigger
so
ball.
size is
All right,
six.
let's slide Bo Beth and Linda another ball and
Give
give
me
it
the
a try.
ball.
I'll take
But
the
don't
ball.
move the winning ball.
Okay.
Don't move the winning ball. I'm just saying.
Shut up, Steph.
All right. She just told me
Just
to shut
because you're
up.
Okay.
closer.
The one thing you would,
Because you're closer.
the one thing you want to do is to take a nice step with your opposite foot.
Opposite foot. Oh, that's confusing.
Jimmy, do you wear high heels when you do it? No. I didn't think so. Just thought I'd check. Oh, both bad.
Oh.
I'm so good. That helped me.
I gotta beat
If you want
Stephanie
high
now.
heels, that means
I've
you're
gotta
twice
beat
as good.
Stephanie.
Can I give you a strategy?
Here.
All right.
Hit it here, and it will knock this out, and it will knock that out, and you'll be right by
Here we
it.
go.
All right, well, if you guys want to get more
A little off, a little off.
well, they're going to keep playing, but if you guys want to get more information about lawn bowling, you want to visit, there's a lawn bowling club in town. It's the SarasotaLawnBowlingClub.com, and then you can get links and more information about the U.S. Opening that's happening right here. Next, we'll have the underground buzz of a new artist and how they've become entrepreneurs. We'll be right back.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Batteries Plus bulbs keep stacks of batteries for cars, cell phones, watches, plus light bulbs for lamps, can lights, and appliances right on hand. Did I mention we also repair smartphones? Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus bulbs today.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on now for 5 o'clock. New details about the Sarasota man accused of killing an 18-year-old girl in Bradenton. Why sheriff's deputies think the suspect may not have meant to shoot the teenager. Plus, regulating medical marijuana. Northport city leaders do some homework before enforcing some new rules. Let's get a check on the weather now with meteorologist Josh Stone. Josh?
All right, Scott, thanks so much. Our radar looking very quiet on this Thursday afternoon. High pressure settling in behind a cold front that came through earlier today, and now that's moving southward. We'll get to that in just a second, but 82 degrees is our current temperature right now. Humidity down at 37%, so feeling very nice. And for this cold front, it could cause some clear skies as we go through the rest of the evening and into tomorrow, but looks like we could have some showers in our forecast for next week.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
The Suncoast is full of creative and talented entrepreneurs, and today Suzette Jones is here with the Undercover Buzz on some new artistic projects and artistic ideas. Wow, it's quite an accomplishment to turn a talent into a successful business, Suzette.
It is, and most people don't think that right brain, left brain creatives have what it takes to be entrepreneurs, but being a fine art and physics double major myself,
wow,
and an entrepreneur my whole life, I get it. And so it's really exciting to see these entrepreneurs who have taken their passion and turned it into a business.
That's great.
They're like my pet favorites.
What kind of products?
Well, today we've got everything from a couture fashion to furniture, big, heavy, reclaimed furniture, and gorgeous surfboards.
Wow.
So I mean across the board. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So let's start with Gina.
Okay.
Now, tell me about Gina.
Gina is multi-talented. This Russian circus, award-winning international circus juggler is known throughout the world for a lot of things. Cake design. Wow. She won with her mother-in-law the 2015 season of Chopped. And you'll see, I mean, these cakes are, she doesn't do anything part way.
Met her on the show.
Yes,
yes,
yes, and she was an amazing Suncoast woman.
Yes. Okay, so I love this cake for the holidays. It hangs. Oh, wow. It's hanging from the ceiling, very cool. Like a chandelier. Oh. She's also a couture designer, and that's the one that caught my eye. In our area with the galas and their beautiful events and weddings, here you can see it at her design at Kadazan. She also has these stunning dresses that could be worn for wedding or a gala. She does it in different colors. She's been designing costumes all over the world for 10 years. This is the heavy hitter. I love this from Rock and Roll Bride. This is a wedding with a Victorian funky theme at Burning Man.
What are you talking about talent? This lady's got talent.
And she's a juggler.
And a juggler. And makes cakes. Her goal, her dream is to have a fashion runway show at
juggling.
No, probably not, but during Fashion Week, the big ones. And she doesn't do anything small, so I think she will.
Tell us about Mark now.
Okay, Mark Nodine is one of my favorites. He's a rocker. He can shred a guitar. He's a Marine also, so happy birthday.
And he was on our show, so you're seeing video of when he came here, so we know him.
Oh,
And,
yeah, we're so impressed.
Amazing. 3 years ago, he came to me to consult, to kind of brainstorm about an idea when I was working with the foundation on big, bright ideas on the Gulf Coast. He had an idea to make custom tables out of reclaimed things. Now he is a preferred vendor at Whole Foods. This is Whole Foods in Davie, Florida. He makes these gorgeous barnwood doors.
I love those barn doors.
And he also does very refined things. This is a custom piece for someone's home. He can do anything. His creativity is off the charts. His household is full of creatives. With his wife, Abby Weingartner, who's also a writer. But he says the challenge of being a creative and an entrepreneur is that you can never turn it off. It's his passion, so you can never turn it off. Finding balance is his big, big challenge.
Okay, next is Juan.
Next is Juan, or as we call, or many people call, the Silver Fox. He has One World Design, and he's what I call a lifelong creative entrepreneur. He has built a huge career. He is well known throughout the world. He has combined his competitiveness with his creativity. Here's one of his foam typical boards. And this is, you can't quite see the finish on that. It is made out of a full redwood tree. So he was a baseball player as a youth.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And went on to win a pitcher for one of the over 40 teams out of here that has won 4 World Series. But one day in middle school, little Susie brought a magazine of surfers because her brother had just returned from California. Here's Juan. He's not just a designer. He is a competitive surfer too.
Wow.
Yes.
So he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. But he is so well known. A lot of the experts in this field gather once a year in Santa Cruz for what they call the Redwood Project. It's now been made into a documentary called Addicted to Joy. Watch for it at Sundance, hopefully. Keep your fingers crossed. They build it out of the wood.
And they're making surfboards, because we got to make sure. These are
all
wonderful
surfboards.
Yes. And they're doing this here on the Suncoast. He's just amazing.
Juan is born and raised here. He is a Sarasota boy, and his range from 600 to 10,000. So
wow.
it's all
Gotta see more of
custom.
these. And for more information, you can go to undercoverbuzz.com, right? Undercoverbuzz.com. Thank you so much,
Thanks
Suzette.
for having me.
That's a gorgeous surfboard.
I
And
like
we'll
that
be
one
right
over
back with some of the great events that you can attend this weekend.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
If you have a suspicion for harboring prostate cancer, we have a way of diagnosing by using an exquisite instrument called 3-dimensional color flow power Doppler ultrasound. Using this system, we can identify abnormalities within the prostate that you could otherwise never detect. The Dotoli Cancer Center is the only center in the southeastern United States which has this technology. If you have prostate cancer, we will find it.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters, and proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue, local Pitmasters since '68.
The official salon of ABC7. Blue Salon.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Welcome back. Well, as you know, the name of our show is Suncoast View. So we do express our views on various things as co-hosts on the show. But we really like it when you tell us your views as well. So we wanted to share some emails because Bobeth got emotional yesterday when we were talking about the election. And we've had a ton of feedback on it. And it's definitely worth sharing. So Georgette writes in, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for your honesty and candor. So some good feedback on Bobeth, you know, just being real. And that's what we are. We are all real. Emma writes back, I don't think this is the platform for perpetuating a racial divide in our community. Racism exists, but it exists in all ethnic backgrounds. I'm very disappointed to say that you have now lost a viewer. So Emma, we appreciate your feedback as well. Patty writes in, Bobeth, you are not alone. I'm a 69-year-old white woman and I'm crying with you, kiddo. So Patty, thank you for that. And finally, Chris says, I am sad that our country is torn apart by all this hate even before Trump was in the picture. We need to come together and make the change, not by riots or protests or killing or finger pointing. Chris goes on to say, if you don't like something, then get involved and really do something that will make a change. And because this is Suncoast View, you will continue to hear our views, and we want to hear yours as well. You can find us online at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or send us an email, suncoastview@mysuncoast.com. And we know there'll be lots to talk about in the days to come. But right now, there is lots of great food in the kitchen. We are oh so close to Thanksgiving, and Fleming's Prime Steakhouse is going to tell us how we can celebrate with them. We're making lobster bisque. Stay with us.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Haley Wilgus. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. New research and clinical trials that could greatly benefit our veterans. What a local institute is doing to help vets here on the Suncoast. And now we'll head over to Josh, who's in for Bob with our forecast.
All right, thanks so much, Haley. Well, we're looking at a very quiet radar right now. Had a cold front come in this afternoon and high pressure settling in behind it, so it's very quiet, not a speck of any sort of shower activity on our map right now. It's beautiful outside. It's 82 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Dew point at 53, humidity at 37%, so it is dry. And the weather headlines, well, we're going to expect a beautiful upcoming weekend, and then there could be some showers in our forecast as we get into next week. But right now, clear skies in our forecast for the rest of the evening.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
It's the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival on Siesta Beach, November 11th through 15th, with 24 of the world's best sand sculptors. Bring the family for new hands-on kids activities, live music, food, sand sculpting lessons, and more. See SiestaKeyCrystalClassic.com for details.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. Services.com. A-N-D Services.com.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
An important message for Americans eligible for Medicare.
Are you receiving all the benefits available to you? Do you know there is money available to lower your Medicare prescription costs?
Now's the time to find the coverage that's right for you at the right price. The way to do that is to explore your options. You can spend hours doing that yourself, or you can call Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you with no cost or obligation. We'll search a variety of plans from nationally recognized companies to find the coverage that's the best fit for you at a price that fits your budget, and we'll do it at no charge to you.
Plus, you may be able to save money on prescriptions. We'll tell you if you qualify.
Why pay a penny more than you have to for an insurance policy?
Let us find you the right plan at the right price and see if you qualify to lower your prescription costs.
Put our free service to work for you at no charge.
Call the number on the screen now to make sure you're getting all the benefits you deserve. Don't wait. Call now.
Pro Cream by Dr. Anna, known as the facelift in a bottle, is an all-natural anti-aging formula that tightens skin and muscles, making you look younger. It's made in Sarasota with real pearls, Chinese herbs, and no preservatives. Visit our store or at pearlcreambydranna.com.
Come see the Crystal Classic International Sand Sculpting Festival November 11th through 15th on Siesta Beach. Check out the Crystal Classic Party Tent, produced by Siesta Key Chamber of Commerce and Moat Marine. Details including remote parking via SCAT. Visit siestakeycrystalclassic.com.
Coming up Friday at 4 on Suncoast View, a Tony Award-winning Broadway actor is going to stop by to teach us a few things. One of the original stars of Billy Elliot will give us dance lessons, and then Venice Theater previews their rendition of the musical. We'll get up close and personal with more unusual animals. Uh-oh, this time they're from Madagascar. I'm already worried. An author talks about his shocking thriller, and Tommy Bahama joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here with Chef Mark Mulholland from Fleming's Prime Steakhouse.
And what are you going to make for us?
What we're going to do today is we're going to make our lobster bisque.
Okay.
Basically, what we'll start doing is we'll cut these vegetables, equal vegetables. You got onions,
like
celery.
this?
Well,
Or
just
like
just in chunks. You just want to do a rough chop. Pretty much get a rough chop. Doesn't have to be even, because at the end of the day, it's all going to be pureed anyway.
Do these?
Yep, those chopped also.
Yeah, you get the onion.
Thank you. Thank you.
She's like, thank you, Linda.
Very rough chop.
Very rough
Watch
chop.
your
Yeah,
fingers.
watch your fingers.
Okay, good luck.
All right then.
So you get the onion. I'll finish with the lobster.
Very
Can you cut the
good.
lobster up too?
Yeah, I'll cut the lobster up. I'll finish with that.
Oh yeah,
Watch
lots
the
of time in
fingers.
kitchens.
We're getting there.
That's why I have my nice cut glove on here for safety purposes.
Oh, okay.
Can never have enough safety in the kitchen.
That's true. Would you like us to hand you the lobster
Well,
now?
I'll just slide on over here. What we'll do is I'll drop this in a bowl right here, and then we'll slide over, get the lobster. I'll chop that for
We
us.
were pretty fast when you
guys
We
worked
did. We got
fast.
it done.
I tell you what, you're hired.
As you cut the lobster, tell us about the base of the soup. Is that a tomato base?
The base, basically, it's a tomato base. We use sherry wine, white wine, a little tomato paste, and eventually the cream will be ended at the end,
Okay.
along with cayenne pepper, paprika, and a little white pepper for flavoring. You always want to wait till the end before you actually season it, because if you over pepper or over season it, you can't go back. So you do a little at a time.
Good point.
A little at a time. Basically, with the just cut that in chunks.
So you cut right through the shell.
Right through the shell. Basically, we use the shell and all. It all be used, because that's where all your flavor is. All your flavor is not only in the meat, but also you get all your flavor out of the shell and everything else, which all will be utilized to make the real true body of the actual biscuit.
I had no
itself.
idea.
So what you'll do here is we'll hit this with a little pumice oil.
Are we going to take the shell out eventually?
No, we're gonna. Well, the shell will all be strained out eventually in the end.
Okay.
So pretty much you want to mix that up. What we do with that is we'll pop that on a tray right here. You'll pop that in the oven for about 35 minutes. We have a
magic of TV.
a magic. There's the
Look at
magic
that.
TV
Oh,
moment here.
different. Yes.
So basically, what we'll do with this is we'll add this into our stock here.
And you're still keeping the shell on.
Still
I'm
keep the
fascinated
shell
by
on.
this.
So surprised at that.
So what you'll end up doing with this, we'll let this boil, bring to a boil, and then we'll turn it down and let it simmer for approximately 2 hours. And then what you're going to do with that is you're going to puree it, either use a blender, a hand blender, whatever you're more comfortable using. Still with the shell, everything in there.
Oh, you blend the shell.
So you'll strain that out. After that, you'll strain it out. You'll add it back to the pot. You'll let that cook for additional probably about 45 minutes to an hour. And then you're going to add your cream in the end, and then add everything else in the end and strain it off.
Chef Mark, you just convinced me it's time to go to Fleming's Prime.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
hour
steps.
It's about a 3-hour process to get the full body and the full flavor out of the lobster.
No wonder.
And that's why we go to Fleming's Prime. This is on their special Thanksgiving Day menu, along with traditional Thanksgiving offerings and the full steak menu as well. And I see a little brie appetizer here for us, Bobeth. I think we can have a little sampling of. So, Stephanie, thanks for going.
cake.
Oh, did I win lawn bowling? I love to win. Sorry, I have a problem. But Linda said mean things to me today, too, but it was fun. Pull out my medal.
You're a winner.
I know, I'm a winner
apologize.
today.
Here, have a piece
Have
of
some cake.
Thank you. This is my prize. All right, and don't forget that the U.S. Open Lawn Bowling, can you believe it? It's right here on the Suncoast next week. We are impressed with Jimmy. He'll be competing. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.